Eve. She's woman. She's Eve before the fall. The Catholic Church teaches that Mary.
No, Mother Mary is not Eve before the fall. No, Blessed Mother that you want to call it. No, she's Mari, and Mari hooks up with Sugar. Okay, if you saw my other two videos, otherwise you won't understand why I'm saying this. And basically, they usually hook up on Fridays. That seems to be their day. And they play out really what I would see as like, a toxic, narcissistic relationship where you just can't get enough of each other kind of thing, or one can't, like it reminds me of Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee kind of thing, Even Pam Anderson's talked about that, like when she married Kid Rock. She quickly knew it was a mistake because she didn't have that. She was looking for that connection with somebody else. Yeah, well, Tommy Lee strikes me as a total narcissist. Okay, so it was that connection that attracted her. Okay, so that's what Mari, who's Mother Earth, she's been around since the very beginning. They say that she is in. That's who Revelations 12 is talking about. But she is the creation of the sun and the moon. They're her offspring. Yeah. And so she hangs out with Sugar. And I'm sure that she was like, you know what? We got to get that Eve. We got to get up there. You go do your work, Sugar. You got that charm about you, that snake-like quality, that narcissistic mind. You go do your work. You get Eve to fall. You tempt her, and then she'll become mine. Yeah. So that's what the Catholic Church, so all of these videos just keep digging your hole. No, Mary, because they say this because in that part in Revelations 12, it says at the end, the way the Catholic Church has spun it is that she's the mother of all people. No, like she's not even the first woman. But that's why he's saying, well, she was Eve before the fall. No, she wasn't. Stop it. Like the amount that you're going to be, you people are going to be held so accountable for this. But I think they know, like, how can you be that stupid? Maybe you can. So a little bit more about good old Mari. Mari and Tommy Lee, well, Mari and Sugar, they hang out in caves and mountains. Yeah, because again, her offspring is the sun and the moon, and she is the earth itself. She is the creator. Yeah. She is also, so then when you see this, just think, if you know anything about Revelations, you go further, she's the harlot then that has seduced all the kings and sits on the mountains, okay? So the same person that came down, like in 12, I'm pretty sure, I mean, I'm almost, because we all know the one later is the harlot. So she's ultimately the harlot. Yeah, and she's also the goddess of death. Of course she would be. I mean, because she oversees every cycle of life to the end and brings the souls safely to their afterlife. There is a mist about her where she walks like a hero. She also sports a pair of wings that can materialize from her back and vanish at will. Oh, she also sports a dark halo of light around her medallion. Oh, okay. So you see that about the wings? So then when it says up here in Revelations 12, and to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place where she is yeah, okay? And the reason I say that her and Sugar play out like this narcissistic relationship is because it's like, oh no, you can't have my child, like, because this whole thing is he's trying to devour the child, which is why God removes it, okay, and brings it back to him. So in this whole verse, it's like he's upset with her. He's going after her. It's like a Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson, that narcissistic relate. You get stuck in that. It's like they're hard to get out of, but they're very addicting too. That's what this is. I mean, again, the two of them only get together on Fridays. They hook up then. So we can pretty much bank that it was a Friday when Eve took the apple. And see, this is sugar, the red dragon. Okay, see? It all lines up. Like, praise God, praise Jesus. Yeah, everything he said, true, huh? Yeah, yep. Yep. So just a little bit more about Mari. She has the energy capacity of at least a star scale. She is the earth itself. She gave birth to the sun and the moon, who are her offspring. She is the supreme deity of Basque, responsible for the creation of everything. She's speed level. She's massively hypersonic. She can move at the speed of light. And in some place, and she's a fertility goddess. Yeah, see, Mesopotamia, fertility goddess. Yeah. So can we now determine? I can, right? Not that I had any doubt, but that the most factual book ever, written, and it wasn't really written by man, it was dictated, is the Bible. Yeah, the scarlet. Remember in Revelations 14. The scarlet that seduces all the kings of the earth. She sure does, yeah. She definitely got in there in France, yeah, because that's where a lot of this is Spain. Spain, France, yeah. So when Germany had the Holocaust, you maybe should have stopped and thought about, well, you know what, maybe we should get rid of our pagan gods. Yeah. Like, because that was such a disaster. Because they took all this on. They took this on, Mari, as the Blessed Mother. Yeah, so see, God wasn't having any of that. So, but see, there's those people, I've done videos, they're the Saxon. The Anglo-Saxons were kind of a problem. The Saxons, they did not want to become Christianized. And you can't force it on people. Yet there were kings back in the day that were trying to force it on them because the Saxons were literally doing human sacrifice. Now, they made the excuse, yeah, but we're doing it on soldiers that we captured. Yeah, but you shouldn't be, so... they were trying, you can't force Christianity. So they went into these areas trying to pass Christianity, and so that they kept these pagan gods. Then, when you have the Holocaust happen, yeah, you should think about getting rid of your pagan gods, but there's people that don't want to. But look, she's the scarlet. And it's interesting because that Suga goes by another name, which is Sujoy, another name of the same deity. Has two possible interpretations. And what does it say here? Former old serpent. What does it say in Revelation? That old ancient serpent. It also go by high fire. And as you can see, Mari is with the Virgin Mary. She is widely venerated by modern Catholic Basques. However, Santa Marina of August Santos and a saint revered in the Basque County is considered a Christianized version of Mari. Basque women invoke Santa Marina for protection against cures and aid in childbirth. Okay, yeah, so, but, you have to remember, the Catholic Church went along with all this. So, yeah, so this, and they're still going to say they're a Christian religion, because I think they do it because they like rubbing it in real Christians' faces. That's why they do it. So just remember that the next time you think that Michael Knowles or Candace Owens or any of these Catholics that have, I know there's ones that don't realize they're led astray, but I'm talking about these ones that, became Catholics over the last several years. Yeah, I've said for years now, they become, when you're an adult and out of all the Christian religions you're going to pick, you go get in a Catholic, that just tells me you are a pagan. Because if you really looked into any of the religions, that's the one you'd want to stay out of. Unless you wanted to stay in your pagan practices like this. Yeah, so these two, Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee, that's what their relationship is like. This is literally, I'm sure, there's no doubt, he's the ancient serpent. When it says that in Revelations, it means he was the original one that tempted Eve. And I'm sure that Mari put him up to it. Yeah, let's get them. Let's get them away from God. Go do your charm work. Sugar. They're the oldest, too. They came before many of the other gods, but she ultimately, Mari rules over all of it because, well, they consider her the earth. Yeah. So Europe, I don't know what to say.